Like we have the house, bought the house, and in the backyard, one spot of the very back corner of the yard is this like one chair. It's like at the metal, everything, and then it's got like tiled backing on the backrest. Very cool. But it's like way down there, and then up in the other section, closer to the house, is a little table that's all tiled and it's got like design and stuff. And it's like, what? Why? And they're definitely the same pieces. What are they? It's,
Like a mosaic tile?
it's mosaic tile, yeah, but not a collection, but they go together.
A pair.
A pair.
A
Thank you.
pairing.
Yes, but it's like, why is the chair all the way down there? I thought maybe, I guess it probably what it was is the fact that they took it down there because there's also. See, now I'm just forgetting everything as I'm talking, because that's what happens sometimes. Horseshoe pit.
Oh.
One of the biggest reasons we got the house is because it's a full horseshoe pit. It's awesome. The sand and the bars, yeah.
Like they built it out.
Yeah. So I'm
That's
guessing
legit.
that was probably it.
That's like speaking of throwbacks and things that need to be preserved
Right.
for antique and or
Horseshoes.
for antiquity and history.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
that's an old piece of Americana that isn't really around anymore.
Yeah.
Replaced by the god awful cornhole.
Cornhole.
Oh, you said pickleball. That's just as bad.
Just as bad.
But cornhole,
For sure.
I
Yeah.
am not a fan of cornhole.
Really?
Yeah, I can't do it.
I like ladder ball more, actually.
I don't know what that is.
That's just dripping.
Do you need a rag there, sir? Is
Yeah,
it, is it-
actually.
is it all over your cup?
That one. Ladder ball
There we go.
is.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna let it sit there. And
that's
gonna. That's whatever.
resonate.
Yeah, whatever. Ladder ball is like it's usually like PVC piping is basically how it was
I know
started.
ladder ball.
Yes.
Is it the thing with the
It's like there's the two things and the things.
and then you throw it and then it loops around it?
Yep.
That is actually a cool game.
That's fun. I just picked it up for the men's retreat. I don't know if it's a good quality one. It was at the dollar store,
Spoiler alert, dude.
but it was $5.
Dude, that thing's so awesome.
But it's like it's definitely the perfect men's hanging out playing games game.
That game is so rad.
We used to when my brother lived on the lake out in Eatonville, Clear Lake, in the shallower part of where the lake came in or whatever. We'd set it up there, so we'd just like stand in the water and play ladder ball. It was great.
I'd never
It was
even
perfect.
heard of the game
Yeah,
until about 2 years ago, maybe.
yeah.
We were actually at another ministry friend barbecue
Yeah,
at their house, and they were like,
"That's always the case too." It's
"This is like, what is
Yeah,
this?" And
yeah.
like, explain it. And I
Yeah.
ended up playing with a couple
Yeah.
like older gals,
yeah,
and it
Oh,
was
they
just
make
me
you
and
play it,
Viv versus those two ladies,
Yeah.
and it was so fun.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
ladder ball.
So I have to open it up, put it together, see if it's actually even a quality set. I don't know.
Whatever.
Rumor is it was started in my home state of Wisconsin. Like some farmers were like needed a game for their kids or something, and they were just like, "Well, we got PVC piping and stuff."
Or a
and,
real ladder.
I mean,
back then it was probably a real world.
yeah, it wasn't though. They actually they just put pipe together and
Oh, okay.
yeah. The wild thing is obviously like the ball and the strings and
How they came up with that.
that whole concept. Yeah,
Hey man, shout out to Wisconsin though.
yeah. I don't know if it's true. That was the rumor,
The rumor sounds great.
but I'm taking it because
Yeah, own it. What else is
my
other than
homeland where I
the
was born, so.
stereotypical cheese and corn? Like, what else is there?
Hey, I'll take cheese and corn. All
I
day.
heard Wisconsin does have some beautiful farms though.
We have beautiful farms.
Like the farmland
and
is
our
just-
cheese is phenomenal. Probably the best in the country. I would
Really?
say.
What else is Wisconsin known for? The Packers. What else?
I mean, the Packers, of course. Yeah,
what
that's a given. I mean, it's the oldest football franchise in
what's
America.
the if you know
Man,
Wisconsin
I'm
kind of
trying to
deal?
think. Yeah, if you know, you know.
You've been actually out for a while, so
I haven't lived in Wisconsin since 1999.
that's like half.
Maybe
your,
98.
That's like half your life,
Yeah,
though,
like
dude.
it was only it was 11 when we moved.
But still, you got some if you know
Moved
you
South
know.
Illinois.
South Illinois.
Just it wasn't South Illinois. No, it was South to Illinois. We were
Oh,
only
okay.
like, how was it? 20 minutes from the border.
Because what is South Illinois?
we
South
were-
Illinois is like, what is that? LaPorte is down there. Like that's like
I mean, it's just South
like
Illinois.
Kentucky.
Yeah,
Might as well be the South.
It's South. It is the South at that point. Yeah.
Incredible.
You're by all that stuff.
Okay, well,
But yeah,
I'd love to go out there. I read a book. It was actually about. Well, it was placed in Upper Minnesota,
Okay.
but it was a book. I think his name was Siegfried or Sigmund. But it was something about Into the Wilderness or something like that. But he was a very conservative, very conservational nature individual.
Okay.
I picked it up at Katie's uncle's house.
Yeah.
And just started reading it out of his cabinet. And
Yeah.
I was captivated by this book.
Right.
Because the story and the way he writes about being out in the woodlands and the marshes of Upper Minnesota and like all the areas, the lakes, 10,000 lakes deal, and just all that. Like, the story took me away to his world. And I was like, man, I just want to be there. So I can imagine like some of that upper part of Wisconsin. And
Yeah. Yeah, northern Wisconsin is like that too. It's just like, it's vast and expansive, and way less people.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's
Nature
just,
that
like,
swallows you.
nature. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could
We
go
only
for
made
that.
it up there so many times, honestly. Like, we lived in Madison, and it's, I would say, arguably the cultural hub of Wisconsin, being that the university's there. So, like, I got to, I got to grow up randomly, like, popping into, like, art shows on the strip or something. Like,
Interesting.
like, oh, yeah, there's art. We're just, out walking, and, oh, there's something happening, though. Well, let's go look at it.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like on a large cultural map, I don't think that it would show up, right? Like other places.
No.
But like if you're in those areas, I'm sure it's.
It is interesting though too. This is okay. Here's something rare. When it comes to businesses will go to Madison to try things like well known. So, like the second ever Urban Outfitters was in Madison, Wisconsin.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
So I'm from Philly, so it's close. But I mean, they didn't go to New York. They didn't go to.
Oh yeah, they went to a market that was tried and true.
Right, and so a lot of companies will do that. They'll go there and they'll try things before they release it to the broader spectrum. They'll see if it works in that market or not.
Like a microcosm of metrics.
Because it's such a wide, because of the university. Oh, my buddy's calling me. And just everything else. It's a capital city.
Yeah.
I kind of like Boise is probably one of the closest things I kind of found to where it's almost like Madison, where you're landlocked.
Okay.
But it's the capital, and there's the university there too as well. So you just have this like whole mesh of people coming and going, and there's always culture and life and.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow.
I've been noticing too, all the big concerts are starting to go through there instead of in Milwaukee, which Milwaukee's the bigger city.
So they're going up there.
So we got Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It's central southern.
Yep.
Is Madison. Out on the lake is Milwaukee.
Yeah. So it's like a triangle kind of thing. Or like, because there's like the strip side on the lake.
Yeah, there's
so
the
things
lake,
go up.
and then you have like the thumb.
And then the thumb. But
There's a lot lakeside,
and then there's inland.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Interesting. Well, yeah, dude, that's fascinating because like, I went out to Boise for the first time in like 2010.
Okay. Yeah.
So it wasn't like.
Yeah.
It was later in my experience.
Right.
But like, that's actually a while ago now.
Yeah.
But it was before all the massive growth now.
Yeah. Right.
And so like.
Yeah, I don't know what it would have been like actually then because.
It was very quiet.
Still was the capital, still had the campus, but was it?
Well, dude,
lively?
I mean, to me, like we rolled in, I was like, this is just basically Portland in the middle of like.
Okay, so it was
this is inland Portland.
Right.
It just felt the same. I was like, this is crazy. Both of those places, Boise and Portland, probably look a lot different today than they did in 2010, but nevertheless. That's what I sense.
I went to Boise for the first time, and I've only been there once. I'd like to go some more. I definitely want to go take my skateboard and my team there, because I saw just a lot of great stuff. But I went in 2020, the fall of.
Oh yeah.
So, it was open, everything was shut down in the country in a lot of places.
But it was open there.
They were open.
Yeah.
Masks were optional. Some restaurants were like, you gotta wear a mask if you want to be inside. And
Sure.
I was like, well, it's summer. Why would I want to be inside? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sitting on your patio. Like,
Dude, 100%.
I'm a patio guy. Like, if I go anywhere, restaurant-wise,
Give me the patio.
give me the patio.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the inland areas were much quicker to rid
Yeah, they were just
life
like,
of the
no.
pandemic.
Yeah, we're like, we're not doing that.
Yeah, because we drove to Texas in 21.
Okay.
And for us here in the Northwest, like Seattle, Tacoma area, it was like the pandemic was still fresh.
Yeah, it's still raging.
Which was awful.
Still raging.
But
Yeah. I was getting kicked out of
but
post
for
offices
them,
'cause I
it
wouldn't
was
wear a
like
mask.
it was like for them, yeah, they were like, what happened?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
nothing even happened in the world.
What do you mean?
Like
Yeah.
out in Kansas, it's like
Yeah.
they were, what happened? Something happened out there?
Yeah.
It's like, what's a mask? Yeah, it was wild. But
Oh, man.
no, it was good, dude. Like,
We ain't going back.
no. Yeah, Boise's interesting, man. I don't know. It's whatever. But those cultural hubs, like, even though Boise's in the middle of the country, like, it does have its own little unique culture. And
Right.
then Madison has
Yep.
its own little unique culture, I'm
Yep.
sure,
Yeah,
right? And
pretty
so,
much.
like, they tend to be micro pockets of, like, bigger things. And I wonder, like, Tacoma, Seattle had this forever. Like, you didn't necessarily grow up here in the 90s. You got here after that, right?
2006.
But for me, I came here I've lived in the Northwest here. Like, I lived on Whidbey Island, just north, right?
Yeah,
But still, like, I was coming to Tacoma because my family's here.
Yeah.
I've been coming here since I was a baby.
Yeah.
Weekend trips, come stay here for the weekend. Like, I'm very familiar with Tacoma.
Right.
And I'm very familiar with Seattle and the Northwest, right?
Right,
Like,
right.
I just moved here and finally stayed here in 97
Gotcha.
when I was 13. But still,
Yeah.
I very quickly got the sense of the differences between Seattle and Tacoma. That seems to not really exist too much today. It's much more niche and pocketed, but like,
Yeah. So many people
back
moving
then-
from up there down here.
oh,
now,
and there's people here that are
Yeah.
from all over,
Yeah.
and it wasn't like that. It was still very like regionalized, very
Yeah.
generalized.
Right.
And so, like, you had this very distinct difference between the two cultures, even
Right.
though Seattle's literally like 35 minutes up the 5. That's not that far.
If there's not traffic.
If there's not traffic.
Good luck
Yeah,
with that.
but I mean, Google Maps.
Google Maps.
But I mean, dude, like,
know, yeah.
on the waterfront on a
Right.
good day, you can look and you can see lights, and like,
Yeah.
there's Seattle over there. Like,
Right.
it's not far, but like, it's a different world.
Yes.
And there's different cultures.
Yes.
And there's different identities to the cultures in those places. I mean, the other two seem far away, so it's a different idea because they're separated by distance. And so that makes them unique to themselves, I'm sure.
Right.
Like, Madison's probably got a whole different identity
Yeah.
than, you
Right.
know, over here. Yeah, I don't know. I just find that interesting. Like, I have a bunch of notes here, and we'll start diving into it
Right, love
because
it.
I want to really pick and pry at our conversation
Yeah.
that we had yesterday in passing,
Yes.
just because it's come up so much for me for a long time. But the different cultures that exist in different cities and regions are totally applicable to this subject we're going to talk about.
Right.
So, with that, yesterday we just started in passing in church, catching up.
Yep.
What's up? How was your week? Blah, blah, blah. What's
Yep,
going on
as
with
we
this?
do.
Da-da. And I was asking you about the embroidery thing,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
you've been working on some machinery, trying to get some things going,
Trying-
investing.
Yeah. Trying to buy an embroidery machine. So
Right.
I don't have to rely on anybody else anymore because I have been failed so heavily.
But you bring...
or people just charge exponentially, like charge so much money for the to get embroidery stuff done,
Sure, but you're looking to
it's
take
just like-
control
and I want to take control.
and have more of that end control on
Yes.
what you do, and
Right.
then actually more of the hands-on,
Right.
not outsourcing.
Correct.
And so you're growing your base of what you do.
Yes. And I want to offer it for me because I will go crazy. I'm gonna get creative, like full back embroidery jackets and I don't know, quarter zips, whatever.
Yeah.
But also then I have friends who have companies or nonprofits or churches, name it, who, if I'm dealing with it as a professional brand, man, they really dealing with it because they don't even have the relationships and connections that I have.
Sure.
And so it's something that on a low scale, I'll be able to offer them.
Which
I
tend
think
to
would be great.
Which tend to get a little bit more creative than upper level
Yeah,
scale.
right. Yeah.
Because you're more mass production. You're
Right,
more wide
right.
breadth.
Yes.
You're all this lower scale.
Yep.
Not as in like good or bad, but just low scale as in like
Lower numbers, just
lower
runs,
numbers,
yeah.
lower runs, more boutique, more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's the wrong industry, but sartorial, like the big sartorial thing with suits and stuff, like
Yeah.
bespoke,
Yes.
premier made, highly artisan,
Right.
that kind of nature.
Right.
That stuff leans to that.
Right. And that's where I'm taking the brand as it is. So
Yeah, and
it just makes sense.
so this is actually the last thing we're going to talk about.
Oh.
So this will be the end
Yeah.
of the conversation. But I really wanted to dig in. I've actually been taking notes for a long time, and I
Okay.
keep revising them.
Yeah, I love that.
And I'm trying to get like a good pathway of thought so that I get clarity. And I think my role in these conversations, and I'm so glad you're like the first one to be in a conversation about it, is
Yeah.
I can like take me out of the equation and have somebody else thinking from first person,
Right.
and I'm just more fly on the wall.
Right.
Because I've done a lot of first person thinking as is.
yeah, for sure.
But like the idea of patronage,
It leans almost back too much. Sorry,
that's a great chair,
it's a
isn't
great
it?
tip, but like it keeps pulling me back.
It wants to.
I
It
just-
wants you to
it just wants to
relax. It wants you to just like take leisure and just enjoy life. It's
Yeah.
like I'm a guy that does this
Right.
in my sleep. So like
Oh,
that
okay. Yeah.
it's like I sit back and then my arms just naturally do this and I'm just like laid out, dude. It's a great chair. It's a very comfortable chair.
It's a good chair. I'm like, yeah, it just keeps pulling me back, and then I'm like, oh.
Yeah, shout out to those watching who've sat in it. They know.
Yeah.
They know. That's the if you know, you know chair.
Now I know.
But no,
Yeah, so-
like we were talking about like we started unraveling on this different idea of it's an actual place is what
Yes.
it is, right? So it's
Yeah.
it's a tangible physical environment.
Yep.
But like the idea of what makes that a reality is a relationship between two different cultures and identities, right? So like from our perspective, we are on the end of like the doer, the maker, the artist, the creative,
Right.
the actual hands-on thing.
Yes.
And then there's the other side of it, which is like the patron,
Yep.
the supportive person, the investor,
Yeah.
the people who want to pour in resource to support the thing that's being done,
Right.
right? And that's as old as time, right? So like the beginning question for me is like, what is patronage? Like, what is it, and what does it look like? I mean, like, in your situation,
Yeah.
it would look like one thing to you. But like, if you were to just generalize patronage, what is patronage to you? What does it look like? If you had to give a Merriam-Webster definition to
Right. I'm
patronage.
just trying to think what patronage is at all right now. So
Well,
cut
a
this part,
patron,
but-
like
somebody who supports somebody by. Like,
yeah, patronage is like just it's the supporting.
Okay.
So like, think of philanthropy, like which is foundations.
Right.
I mean, I'll just read off what I've had here since the beginning of time because I asked myself that question right off, which
Right.
is like, what is patronage?
All right. Yeah,
And then the
let's do it.
definition that came out,
Yeah.
this isn't Merriam-Webster, but this is the closest thing I came up with. It's the act of providing resources to like a person, that would be an artist, a musician,
Yeah.
whatever, a project, an institution, or a movement because they, whatever they are,
Yeah.
believe in it.
Right.
They're willing to put resources in because
Right.
they believe in something.
Right.
It's value.
Yeah.
That would be the simple part, is its
Right.
value.
Uh-huh.
Now it gets granular after that, but like, this has value.
Yeah.
And so this thing, like a flower, should be watered.
Right.
So like, we, in
Yeah.
our world as artists, would
Yeah.
be the flower.
Right.
We need a gardener.
We need a gardener.
Or
Some water.
anybody needs a gardener. We need
fertilizer.
some water, some fertilizer, right? So like, that's how I like
Yeah,
to think about
yeah.
it in simple
Uh-huh.
analogy. But
Yeah.
patronage is just the act of support.
Right,
It's
okay,
the
yeah.
act.
Yeah.
Today's world is like, you hear a lot more about philanthropy, which is
Right,
like
right.
just, hey, we are in service
Right.
through foundations, nonprofits, whatever,
Mm-hmm,
to support cause X.
Cause X. Yeah.
But in the art world, it has shown up in different ways
Yeah.
throughout history.
Right.
And I don't know if culturally, because we can only speak as Americans.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, we're limited to our American
Right,
experience.
right.
This is going to be different for people all over the world, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But like, how does that, like, what does that mean to us in our incubator of America?
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean?
Yeah. Right. What does that mean? Well, in my field, so specifically, I am an artist. Not many people have actually seen like my paintings or my drawings, all that kind of art, like your traditional art, right? I don't know why I did that, but your art. Whereas what people see is the art that I produce through textile, through my clothing company, and through what I design or produce for others. And so patronages are, for me, it's the biggest thing that I've seen, and I've been doing this, really for, a lot of it goes back to, it's very interesting, I've been doing it my whole life. I've always been a creative. My dad fed me, in the sense of, fed me, he never once was like, oh, don't do that. He was like, here, this is how you draw an apple. Because he was I don't want to say he was an art major, but I think he was an art minor in college. So like, he was really into it, and he's good. And so he taught me how to, like, here's an apple. Put a bowl of fruit in front of me or something, right? Draw this. And then I draw it, and then he'd go back and say, okay, so look, see, and then he kind of paint the picture for me and explain it more and how to draw it and to understand that stuff. So I started looking at it that way. I was told that when I was 2, I picked up, whether it was a crayon or a pencil, whatever it was, but I picked it up and I immediately held it with the 3 fingers. I never did the full fist grip. So it was almost like I was born into being an artist.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, it's one of the reasons I've always just stuck with it. It's like, oh, this is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, this is what God created me to be.
Mm-hmm.
If I naturally, instinctively just picked up the tool,
Yeah.
and I was holding it like you would when you learn how to do that, when you learn more mechanical skills.
Right.
I wasn't one who color outside the lines on a coloring book, just because there's the line there. You just, you see the pictures, that's why they're done. As you grow in your art, you're like, oh, well, I can do this. And, oh, look, but if I outline it too, like, oh, now we just brought like a whole nother thing. And
Sure.
you start to play, right, of course, as an artist. So I've been doing it forever. And then I moved here in 2006 and kind of bought that side of me in, just this scene kid, punk rocker, who's a creative artist. Has a clothing company, and we sell our goods at concerts and stuff. It's called We Heart Them. Mm-hmm. It was like that whole era of To Write Love on Our Arms and Tom's shoes, and I wore the Tom's shoes with no socks, and it was horrible.
Yeah, dude. Look at
All
you.
my roommates were just like, "Bro, you can't do that."
Crushing
I'm like,
it.
Well, I can't wear socks with Tom's. Like that's blasphemy. So what am I supposed to do? And so And so I just bought that art side of me, of course, everywhere I went. In the church world, because I've always been very involved in the church world too, and art comes from God. We were created. That's one of the places where I was first accepted in my art, my creativity, to where I got to bring that side of me out. Instead of being like the fly in the wall kid, which usually I'm not, but I also could be. I got to show that side of me, and it didn't matter because I'm not the one getting credit.
Right.
Really, people are seeing the art and they're seeing it on the stage, or they're seeing it whatever, the garment being designed or whatever at the conference, and it's not like, oh, Dan designed that. It's like, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's all the glory for God.
That at the same time, though, at the youth group we were in at the time in Puyallup, the youth pastor would literally call me out from the stage all the time. Be like, oh, you guys like my new shirt? Oh, I had Dan go buy it for me. He's my stylist.
My style.
So kids would come to me, and be like, oh, it's back to school shopping. Can you take me shopping? I'm like, sure. Yeah, let's go. Get a group of friends. Cause I'm an adult and you're a child, so we gotta have a group here.
Yeah.
Make sure what's your mom's number. Make sure we're doing this right. Of course.
Exactly.
But so coffee in the mustache. So in a weird way, it was like my name started growing outside of me at that point. To where I remember people coming up to me like, "Oh, you're Dan. You're the artist. You're the designer." I'm like, "Yeah, hi. Nice to meet you. What's your name?" And we'd meet and then we chat for a bit. I'm like, "How did you know this?" And they're like, "Oh, people have been talking. I heard from blah 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 or whatever." Oh wow. To the point where now I've been doing it so long that now I'm building a design for them because of it. Because my name is out there. I don't know these people.
Sure.
And that's wild. That's humbling and a blessing. That I'll get a phone call from the owner of a restaurant like, "Hey, we heard about you. We'd love to work with you."
Sure.
And so going back to patronage, right? That was the word. Yeah.
Yeah, patronage.
Patronage. That's where I've been seeing it's been such an amazing thing that people are coming to me to allow me to help them in that side of their art or what they want to do.
Yeah.
Because they want what I bring.
Yeah.
It's unique. My perspective is definitely different.
Sure.
It's very faith forward.
Sure.
Whether I'm telling the world that specifically directly, but just in my art, in my context of stuff, I feel like there's definitely very much a strong God factor.
Sure.
Which I love so much. It's one of the reasons I went back to church. Took some time out of church. Wasn't too keen on what was going on in the church. But I had my relationship with God, so I was like, I'm going to try this without that side of things.
Sure.
Interesting time of my life, for sure. Grew a lot in different ways. But I started noticing at the same time, my clothing company was really starting to get big and blowing up, and my name was out there a lot in that sense, but it was all about me. And I was like, well, wait, my design and gifting and my creativity, it's all from God.
Yeah.
And I don't want, I need to stay humble.
Yeah.
I can't allow this to become something that it's all about me.
Sure.
And so really it's all about God. The whole point of doing what I'm doing is because of God.
Right.
And so I sought out the church again to really just be able to start doing that again, designing and being creative for the church to spread the gospel.
Yeah.
And so that people come in who, like you're an artist, you come into a church, and if it's just a church, they're like, okay, cool, there's good music, they got good, But if I feel like, an artist comes to a church, somebody who's, whether it's music or an actual artist as a traditional sense, or just anybody, they see creativity in it, and they're gonna be drawn to it more. Mm-hmm. And so that's what drew me, back to the church, and so what I've been pursuing it more. But yeah, patrons, I know I'm like rabbit trailing is what I do best. They're like you said, I think it's the ones who support you.
Yeah.
When you don't even know they're supporting you.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes because they, concept of my design firm or my clothing company, they're actually giving me money to do something.
Sure.
Or, they're out there behind my back, like, have you seen what this dude Dan's doing?
Yeah.
Like, he's doing this stuff for this church, and it's like so cool. They're really, kind of doing something different. It doesn't look like what everybody else is doing.
Evangelizing for you.
They're evangelizing for me. They're talking good behind my back,
Sure.
right? And that's, of course, the only way we should talk about behind somebody's back, as we know. But, people to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, patronage for me, like, they're the ones I am who I am, at least in the professional sense. I'm a professional designer because of,
Support.
my support, the patronage.
That's so cool. Like as
Yeah.
like in a historical, like your own personal story and testimony.
Yeah, no, I kinda
Being
forgot.
raised. No, that was a great
Yeah.
great platform to build
Yeah.
from, because every artist has their own personal testimony.
Right, yeah.
Just like every person has a personal testimony. Every creator has that story, and that's
Right.
what shapes so much of their identity
Yeah,
as whatever they're doing, musician, artist, whatever.
right. We're 100%.
I actually just heard this introduction from this woman, Allie, who runs and manages a gallery down in Texas. And
Cool.
she was introducing this artist on a series called Concrete to Canvas. A lot of them were like former graffiti writers and street
Right,
artists.
right.
And she started describing like, hey, we started this series, we're putting focus on these artists because they, through their young years, were marginalized and persecuted, and like just the way she described
Yeah,
the experience
right.
of a young, self-taught graffiti artist. It was
Right.
like, I was shocked because I haven't heard a lot of people describe something I lived
Right.
with the understanding that she had.
Yes.
So that was shocking to me. So like,
Yeah.
so like others connect to your story.
Yeah.
And that personal testimony is the driver
Right.
for your experience and worldview
Yeah.
and all that. And so like our stories are polar opposites in that way.
Right,
Like
right.
you had a lot of support early on.
Yeah, I did. I was very blessed. My cousin was the same way. Like, was gifted with the arts, and dove right into it. And so, we'd hang out, and he's 4 or 5 years older than me. So I really looked up to him. He's the one who got me into punk rock. Like,
Yeah.
he introduced me to MXPX first when I
Yes.
was 10 years old.
I think that's
Changed
like
my
the
entire
first
life.
way we all came into, dude.
Changed my life, like 10 years old, and it's like, punk rock, huh?
Oh, dude. Here in the North, like, we got to
Well,
take...
they're from
Bro, we
here.
got to take the MXPX route, like, because that was like my favorite band, like early on too. Because,
Yeah.
dude, '94 when
Right.
Polkanacha came out,
Right.
dude, I was like 10 years old. I was
Yeah.
over in Puyallup skating with my
Yeah.
cousins who lived
Right.
in Edgewood.
Yeah.
And like my older cousin Andy had Polkanacha
Yes.
and threw it on like the CD player.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, '94.
Yeah.
We had Nirvana on the radio here in
Right.
Soundgarden, and they put that on, and I was like,
Like, wait a minute.
what is this?
Yeah.
What is this?
Yes.
This is my style. And then,
Right.
yeah, dude, I was like sold after that.
Yeah.
After that, I was sold. I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
give me
This is-
everything,
This is it. I'm dyeing my hair.
whatever this
I'm
is.
gonna get tattooed when I'm 18.
Bro,
like,
whatever this is.
I'm like, I started making my own. One of the things for me too was I discovered punk rock. And this goes into like my fashion story, like why I love clothes so much. Why I
Yeah.
have a clothing company. I've always wanted to have a clothing company. I already dressed myself. I already had my own style since I was, I could pick my own clothes.
Sure.
Didn't grow up wealthy, so it was the thrift store. Like, all these kids are into vintage and stuff right now. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's literally my life. And
Yeah.
you're destroying it to me. Like, for one, you're charging something like 4 times the amount of something my clothing company's t-shirt is. Yeah. That was literally like somebody's garbage. And people are buying it. And it's just like, cool, that's cool. But for 2, it's like that's how we had to do, and I had to learn how to have style.
Yeah.
There was nobody really out there showing me. But going back, I was 10 years old, lived in technically we didn't live in Madison. We lived just outside of Madison. So I went to the local library, the small town library. It's like, we homeschooled as kids, elementary years. And so the library, we knew everybody who worked at the library.
Yeah.
So I went to, I don't know, call her Sharon or something. Sharon, hi Sharon. Hey, I just discovered punk rock. Do you have any books about it? Just little 10-year-old kid, because I'm not very tall and I was a lot shorter then. And she just looks at me like, oh honey, well, I think we might have 1 or 2 maybe. But you know how the Rolodex works. Go
Look in the Rolodex. Yeah.
And I was like, all right. So I went and looked, and I think they had 2, and I think it was like the history of punk and a book called Punk maybe or something. I don't fully remember. I probably should look this up. I've been talking about it a lot lately with different people, and if these books exist, I really don't know. But we'll just go with it. And I opened it up, and I was like, just saw the fashion of punk.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like,
Yes.
it just, my brain exploded, and I said, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. And so I went home and cut the sleeves off of my shirts, and then just kind of
Just went.
put a blue one, blue shirt, red sleeve, yellow sleeve, or
bro.
green, or whatever. I just started playing with everything.
Yes.
Started I was already, an artist, already playing with textile stuff a little bit, but it was like, started making my own patches.
Mm-hmm.
I was the kid who made my bands, my favorite bands, I makes PX, Goatee Hook, Hangnail, Smiley Kids. Just a couple, and there's so many more, of course, but I was also like Christian, so it was like, we listened to the Christian punk.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That was what we
Niche.
were allowed to do, otherwise it was
Extra
like, not
niche.
allowed for sure to,
Extra
no
niche.
effects, no,
Oh, yeah, dude.
Minor threat. I was able to start listening to like the older stuff, because it was older,
Oh, yeah.
so it was like kind of oldies, right, but it was punk. So, Minor Threat and the Ramones and the Sex Pistols, all, but that was a little bit of I guess they had to do
But
sex
dude,
in it, so
the discovery, just
Yes.
the arc of discovery
Oh,
for you.
goodness.
Think about these kids don't get it.
They have no
They glorify the
clue.
'90s now, but like,
Yeah, it's so crazy to me.
dude, if I
It's
was
so
10 years
wild.
old today,
Yeah.
like,
Oh.
ChatGPT, tell me
Yeah.
everything about punk rock, and
Right.
then like, and then you go on YouTube, show me punk rock videos, and before you know it, in 10 minutes they have an entire world history.
World. I had to go to the library and get a book that was like this thick.
Yes, and then you get little bits, and then you explore.
And I got it, and I took it. I was like, oh, I'm going to check these 2 books out. As well as some VHS,
Yes.
because this was the 90s. We had
Yes.
VHS. And, I mean, it was 1996. I was
Yeah.
10 years old. And I just obviously aged myself there. Or dated myself, that's fine. It just changed my entire world.
Yes.
But I remember going to shows and like Cornerstone, which was the biggest Christian like punk metal music festival. It's the greatest thing ever. I got to go to 2 of them in my high school years, and I'd go to shows, show up and like wearing my homemade like their band's patch on the back of my shirt or something, and like one of the guys, I remember one guy was like, "Did we make that?" And I was like, "No, I made it." And they're like, "Can we take a picture of it and make it?" And I was like, "Yeah, go for it."
For sure, bro.
And then I had like some other bands who would be like, "Can you, design a shirt for us?"
Yeah,
So
dude.
like getting to do these kind of things started early on for me. Didn't understand what it was. Didn't understand it. Just did it because it's fun.
That's the support of the culture.
Right. Yeah. And I
It's
was
like
just a
it just feeds
little,
itself.
13-year-old artist kid just kind
Yeah.
of doing my thing and wishing I was in a punk band, but
Yeah.
what?
That's so cool because like I think that exists sometimes, but like I think it doesn't either. Because I think maybe that's part of the time.
I think that's kind of coming back though, because kids are like, they have access to everything, so they get to see everything, but they're also saying, well, I don't want to go to Hot Topic and buy the band patch. I'm gonna make it myself.
Yeah, analog life is coming back.
Analog
hard.
life is coming back so hard. Like kids are putting away the smartphone.
Yeah.
Kids are like, CDs are coming back. VHS are coming back. Like more so than like the what was it, 10 years ago we started seeing a little bit of a revival.
So let's pull this thread a little bit more.
Yes.
Historically,
Historically.
and I love how this started out this way.
Yeah.
Historically, when I was looking up different examples of historical patronage,
Right.
aside from ancient Rome,
Right.
because there was like a lot of arts culture in ancient
Lot of arts
Rome.
culture, yes.
You had the Greeks,
Yes,
but I mean,
yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
go way back, but like
Yeah.
in the West,
Right.
one of the first major supporters of individual artists and other things was the Catholic Church.
Yep.
The Catholic Church, big money pockets, big
Big,
money.
big.
I
Still.
mean, Sistine Chapel, yeah, still forever
But
probably.
when you started talking about patronage, that's actually the first thing that came into my mind. Was the church was the first ones who said, "Oh, you guys, you artists, can you come and make our space beautiful?"
And that's, I've had discussions. I had a discussion with Dean Curry about this. I had a discussion with Luke about this because
Yeah.
a year ago I was really onto this idea
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
because Catholicism, that's one thing they do so differently than the Protestant side of the faith.
Right.
Is they have such a I don't know if reverence is the right word, but they esteem beauty so
Yes.
highly.
Yeah.
And they like venerate
Ornate
beauty,
beauty, yeah.
because beauty is just just another expression of like God's glory,
Yes.
right? So they
Right.
venerate it on
Yeah.
another level
Yep.
than we do in maybe our side of the
Mm-hmm,
faith, or this, the Protestant side of the faith,
Right.
the Holy Spirit,
Right.
very spirit driven,
Yeah.
less material, more
Right,
spirit.
right.
You know what
Yes.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
but that's also an American thing because it's
It's
very,
also much more. Yeah. it's
yeah,
definitely
so
American
like,
thing, yeah.
so I mean, but like the one of the first major supporters was the Catholic Church, and the church supported that
Yep.
and poured resource into that.
Yep.
Now, the downside of that, because there's always a downside, is that it is very narrow. There's limitations and constraints,
Yeah.
right? Because it's a
Right.
faith
Right.
body.
Yeah.
So that's a theme that's going to follow this entire patronage thread is artist, creator,
Right.
whatever,
Yeah.
but patron as in investor.
Yeah.
All investors,
Right.
just like all people,
Yes.
just like all artists, we have intent. So
Yeah,
what's the intent behind it? The
Right,
church wants to
right.
glorify God,
Right.
but there's certain limitations and more moral things we can't cross over, right? So like,
Yep.
there's limitation on creativity,
Right,
to a certain
yeah.
degree. But that was one of the first, and so
Yeah.
like,
No
you-
statue of David inside the cathedral.
so you're talking. I like how you did that, but you were talking about
Yeah.
the church
Yeah.
being one of your early supporters.
Yes.
But your dad is a very deep man of faith.
Yes.
So obviously, like that was from day one.
Yeah.
But like you immediately received support
Right.
and patronage in its
Right.
own way
Right.
through education.
Yep.
Your father.
Yep.
Through opportunity
Yeah.
in the church body, and then outside of that, in the punk rock world,
Right.
of like, hey, culture
Yeah.
supports itself internally, like.
Yeah. Big time.
And there's other historical examples of that very thing too down the road.
Yes.
So there's like the Catholic Church, which is institutional patronage.
Right.
And then probably the most famous one, and I mention this a lot, is like the Renaissance.
Yes.
So the Medici family, Cosimo de' Medici, they would be considered a legacy family,
Okay.
but they were in business. They were
Right.
the financiers. They were bankers, right?
Right.
So like
right.
they were a legacy family, but they were bankers, right? So they were investors
Yeah.
in that. And so that is like institutional Catholic Church,
Yeah.
legacy family. And then you break off into individuals. That would be another category of patron.
Right.
And those are probably more people we know in the modern world, like big art names, Peggy Guggenheim. There's others.
Right.
But the Bauhaus in 1920
Yeah. Yeah.
in Germany,
Yeah.
that was a hub of creativity.
Oh, yeah.
It was a college, it was education, but
Uh-huh.
like it was very much like what you're talking about with punk rock. It's
Yeah.
it's an internal.
It's still there.
It's like a beehive or an
Yeah.
anthill
Yeah, yeah.
of creativity,
Yeah.
right? Like that's where like it's
Yeah.
it's like an incubator.
Right.
And like
Yes.
others are supporting others, and it's
Right.
elevating
Yep.
as it elevates itself.
Right. Exactly.
And then there's just platform for
Mm-hmm.
that opportunity to grow. And so like there's these different categories of patron or patronage,
yes.
and how it supports the art, the creativity, culture. Obviously, so much of culture is shaped by art,
Very much
music,
so.
art. You know,
I mean, culture. Well, I mean, you almost could say
it
culture
is.
is art.
It's synonymous.
Like they can't have one without the other.
Because it's
Really
people.
can't, because it's people.
At the end of the day, it's people.
And people, really, regardless of their, a lot of people think like, oh, I'm not an artist, and it's like, well, or I'm not creative. I guess maybe the better term to use here. It's like, well, no, you are creative. You're not using maybe in the traditional art sense, but the way you look at things is going to be different than somebody else.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's in a creative way.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
God's a creative God. He made us. We're put on this earth in His image. Turns out that means we are all creative.
we are all creative.
Yeah.
We go both ends of the spectrum.
Some can be really creative in their math, or some people can be really creative in the way they think. Well, if it comes to something like psychology,
Sure.
we're gifted in the form of art.
Yes.
Well,
Well,
I like to think of myself as a bit of an all-over creative, really, but I dabble mostly within the arts.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the visuals.
Yes.
No, it's funny you said math, because it is like equally my favorite and most miserable experience is talking to people that are
Yeah.
so left brain, like
Yeah.
accountants,
Yes. Oh my goodness.
bookkeepers.
Yep. Yes.
Like, oh my God, like
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
my brain is like dying listening to you. but within their lane,
Yeah.
they can be extraordinarily creative.
Very creative.
Very creative. And
mean-
it's like kind of confusing because
Yeah.
it's like, you're the least creative person I know in comparison to me, but
In my
somehow
view of
you're still
creati-
creative
Yeah, exactly.
in your lane.
Right. And that's
so,
the thing I've been really trying to even like almost like preach to people. Like people are always like, "You're so creative. I wish I was creative like you." And I'm like, "You are. You just have your own way of being creative."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful, dude. And people are just so different, and
Yeah. Everybody's different. That's one of the wild ones I've just been thinking about recently.
I think maybe like I'm gonna have to dive back into the notes because I had another thing here.
Yeah.
The modern thing.
Yeah.
Like we dove into the modern thing. The last subject, and this is you touched on this very briefly, but
Yeah.
last subject of patronage
Yeah.
is the modern patronage.
Mm-hmm.
Patreon,
Right.
Substack.
Yeah.
It's the creator.
Right.
And that's good.
Yeah.
This rugged individualism, like, the very individual nature.
Right.
So they can excel, like, their vertical's crazy.
Right.
For individual
Yeah.
support.
Yeah.
If they can garner that
Yeah.
in whatever marketing, business sense, whatever, they can vertical.
Right.
But the limitation to that is
Yeah.
it's narrowing.
Right. Right.
And I think that's the blessing of the thing that we started talking about,
Yeah.
right? I have had this discussion, and you started talking to me about it, and it's like my eyes were just like, oh my God, dude. I do not know how many artists
Yeah.
I have had the exact same conversation with
Right.
about the subject we were conversating about,
Yes.
right? And those things only happen through patronage, right? So like the modern world we live in with the internet, individualism,
Right.
I mean, that's a sense of the world is like, oh, we're individuals,
Yeah.
like we're not part of a collective, like, yeah, we can just all work remote and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
whatever, dude, like,
I think I hate that. So much of that I work, pretty much by myself and all that, but at the same time, I think it's kind of silly. Like, I wouldn't if I could, didn't have to, like in a sense,
Yeah.
I think working with others, it's just going to inspire you in different ways. Like, anytime I've gotten to, actually do work with other people, like artwork, I'm over here making clothes, they're over here, painting, he's over here doing graphic, he's over here doing photography, whatever is it, but we're all just kind of, end up creating just like a brain meld of like
Yes.
creativity.
Yes.
And like then things just start to go.
Yes.
Like, it all starts to expand, and then like, oh well, I can help you with that, and you can help me with it. Like, and then you just start to build something
100%.
outside of yourself.
Yes.
And that's the goal.
100%.
Yeah.
Creatives feed on each other.
Oh,
and I
goodness,
think
yes.
that's like the part that is like the value driver
Right.
for us as artists.
Yeah.
Right? Like the reason that this conversation keeps popping up over and over
Over and over.
with artists primarily
Of course, yeah.
is because they are starved of the thing that feeds life.
Right.
I grew up in graffiti crew with my homies, right?
Right.
So like that was my first brain meld.
Right.
Like we would like 4 or 5 of us like in a graffiti crew. We
Yeah.
all had this identity, a brand identity. And we would show up, we would design walls, like we'd be painting walls, and it was like one person, like something would come out and they'd be like, yeah, let's do this here, set this over here,
Yeah.
yo. And then I'd be like, yeah, let's structure this like this, and then we'll lay it out like this. And it's like, before you know it, like all the brains are one mega brain.
Right.
It's like it's like a mega brain.
Mega brain.
And it's like,
You see the animation just.
yeah, mega brain meld, dude. And like, it just like generates life.
Yeah.
And it fills up the individuals,
Yes.
right?
Goodness,
It
yes.
fills up the
Yeah,
individuals.
yeah.
It gives us life.
Yeah.
In the world we live in now, internet silo, profile, post-pandemic,
Yeah. Yeah.
stay-at-home, quarantine,
right.
remote world,
Yeah.
I think us artists are starving
Yes.
for that. Because I know that
They want to be people. I don't. It's not just in the art world too, though. People want to be where the people are again.
Yes, yeah, of course.
And the internet has created that, like, oh, you got Facebook, so you can like be friends there, or you got Instagram, you can kind of be friends there, but it's really just photos and videos of people doing their life thing or whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
But it's not like people just spending time together doing things anymore. So
Yes. We've talked about that before.
I love just, if we do it, we'll literally just sit and hang out on your back patio when it's not pouring rain. But we're in Washington, so you never know what's going to happen.
Sure.
Sipping on some coffee or whatnot, and just chatting and hanging out. And
Yes. And those are the best times.
I do that with, like, Luke and I will do that a lot on Saturdays. It's kind of becoming our thing again now. It's getting warm. Just chilling on his back patio, just talking the church, talking life, talking dreams.
Yep.
Creating businesses.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And I
you
love
feed
that.
off that. You just
Yes.
You're just like, it's breath in your lungs.
Yes. And on a personal side note,
Yeah.
just even if this wasn't on here, I've
Yeah.
told you this before,
Yeah.
bro. Like, I love that about our friendship. And I'm so grateful that we have become friends.
Yes, me
because
too. Yeah.
I need that so much.
Yeah.
I had Christian over
Yeah.
here, and we had connected recently too. Again, through church.
Through church.
And relationship, and like
Yeah.
me and my man. It was day one. It was like
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
instantaneous,
Same with
like
me, yeah.
energy, and it was just
Yeah.
like, oh, bro, just being with you fills
Yeah.
me with life,
Yeah.
and like vice versa. And it's like, I need you around me more, right? Because
yeah.
I went through a long season of all of us graffiti guys slowly fracturing,
Yes.
right? Like it had a life,
Right.
And the brain meld and life, we all started to do different things and explore
Yeah.
different avenues, and I lost that graffiti crew
Right.
mentality, and I didn't realize how important it was
Yeah.
when I had it
Yes.
until I lost it.
It's
You
usually
know
the
what I
case,
mean? And so
unfortunately.
like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the microcosm
Yeah.
of the macro thing we were talking about
Yeah.
in the world. We've lost
Right.
a lot of that, and so
Right.
all of us are starving to bring that back.
Yeah.
So culturally, we want more interpersonal engagement.
Yeah.
As artists in this siloed conversation about art,
Right.
we want that too.
Yeah.
And all these other artists have talked about the same thing. We want more. What do you even call this thing?
Call what thing?
Well, the thing we talked about, like it's
The
the
space?
physical space.
Physical space. I'm looking at it as maybe it's just because I love the term, and I love like traditional classic stuff. I love traditional art. I love, give me a 16th chapel. Give me, a church building, for West Coast. I would love to get an old church that's just wood and stained glass and just beautiful and
Oh,
made.
God, yes.
Oh my goodness, like please. Maybe not the pews. Sat in enough of those when I was a kid. Slept on them a lot too. But apart from that, But I call it social club. That's what I want to start. I think we start a social club. So like I don't know what it'd be, whether it's 3/4 of it or if it's half of it. I don't know how big the space is going to be. There's actually one downtown that I was looking at, but I don't know how. Not the safest area in concept, but it's big and open, and there's nothing there right now. And it was an industrial space. Anyways, where the back half is where it's a creator's paradise, basically. The space to do the things, the tools to do the things.
Large workshop
Large
studio.
workshop studio. You can sculpt in there. You could paint in there. You could weld in there.
The makers are making
and making some more. And then in the front space is more of a multi-use space. People could rent it out for whatever reason, or just have couches and people come in and hang out, and artists are just hanging out and chatting, and have a coffee cart person come and whatever. Host dinners in there, like host art shows,
events,
pop-up shops
artist
for clothing
talks.
companies or things like whatever. But then and that too, like what we're doing right here. Get 5 artists together.
Yeah.
And record it.
Round
and then,
tables.
we're also just going to invite an audience.
Yeah.
Because why
sure.
not?
Yeah.
That's kind of like my dream. I was 3 years ago now, I think. Well, about 2 years ago. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Timeline. I've always wanted to open a coffee shop for this purpose, basically, to create a space for community.
Sure.
And coffee shops are notorious, of course, for spaces for community.
Yeah.
People just come in and they hang out.
Sure.
Some will chat, some will not. Doesn't matter. Now, I'm not a big fan of the whole everybody just comes in and sits on their computer and works at coffee shops anymore. For one, because I come in to get a coffee to meet with somebody, and there's nowhere to sit. And it's like, cool.
In the cell phone.
This is literally, it's like, this is not the point of it. Like, I was just talking to one of the shops in town last week about this, and they're like, maybe we might need to just do one of those things where every 2 hours we change the internet password.
That's a brilliant idea.
I was like, please do it, because this is horrible. Like I can't even come into the local coffee shop.
You might be onto something. That could be
and grab a coffee and sit down and have a meeting with somebody for 30 minutes.
But that's what they're doing. Analog now is like, hey, come to X and X coffee shop. We have no Wi-Fi.
Right. Yes. And
you know what I mean?
Cut the Wi-Fi. Just cut it.
There's
people aren't just in there working.
Yeah.
For whatever reason it is. And I get at the same time why they do it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, like I usually set my sewing machine up in the living room. I have an area and space where I can work and do things, but I want to be where the people are.
Exactly. Communal.
And so that's the vision behind the social club. And so
but so social is intangible. That's the energy of the people.
Yeah.
We are also people, bodies, etc. So there's material, but we're talking about a space too.
Yes.
So a social club is
club, which is super fun, and you get to have that community aspect of that. Yes. So then the other side of it, and the behind the closed doors, but at the same time with the social club, we'll be able to offer classes like, hey, come to learn how to weld, come do a pottery class, come throw some paint at a canvas.
Yes.
We're gonna hang out. We're gonna
workshops.
What?
Educational workshops.
Yes, exactly. We're just going to be in community doing things together because this is fun.
Yeah.
But having the space to do it.
Yes.
The opportunity to do it. The biggest reason I've never gotten to do these things. This is what have been my dreams for most of my life, to do stuff like something like this. Is money. You gotta have money. You gotta have money to have space.
Sure.
And to have all the tools and have all the things.
Sure.
Is it doable? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, get somebody with that left side brain, they'll really be able to oh yeah, this is how you get the money. These are the people you gotta talk to.
That's what.
And maybe it's not just the left side brain, but that's what I've seen it a lot, right? You gotta.
Yeah.
That's not me.
No, and that's where.
That's one of the hardest things. Yeah.
It's only hard because our brains are engaged in the activity that is like our anointing.
Yes.
It's our blessing.
Right.
We're
Right.
not blessed
Yeah.
in other areas.
Right.
And so for us to see into a world that we're not blessed to see into,
Right.
it doesn't carry certain things with
Mm-hmm.
it. You know what I mean? And so that's why partnership
Yes.
and patronage is
Right.
important, right?
Yeah.
Because all of us on the same team is what creates something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like, again, the idea of patronage is one thing that kept coming up a lot in the other side of the patronage, which is the patron,
Patron.
the patron themselves,
Yeah.
the investor,
Right.
that's the modern language we would call them probably,
Right.
the investor,
Yeah.
they have the resource
Right.
that can match up to the thing of value
Right. Right.
that is over here.
Right. Yes.
And so like that's their part of the partnership.
Right.
Right? Like every partnership, every business has
Yeah.
that same thing. Like, hey, like, you know, we're getting these people together. This person's really good at X. This person's really good at Y and D, and they excel rapidly in their own verticals.
Yes.
But alone, they can't.
That's been my struggle.
That's the thing. And
That's
so, like,
been my biggest struggle. Like, I think I have a great company. I'm told I have a great clothing company, and of course, I'm a little biased because it's my clothing company. But at the same time, I'm a creative artist.
For sure.
I'm not a businessman.
for sure.
Like, I'm learning like marketing, and I can do marketing, but it's weirdly strange how like if I'm doing marketing for somebody else, just like clips, it works.
Yeah.
But if I'm trying to do marketing for myself, it's just like
There's a black hole.
Black hole.
That's me.
And I'm just like, how am I able to do something for these guys? And the marketing's great, and they just excelled, and now their business is taking off.
Sure.
I'm over here, and I'm struggling to do nearly the same thing, but I can't bring what I did here over here.
Sure.
I mean, I understand it. Because I've been reading about it. I've been learning. It's like it's because I'm so invested. This is my baby. This is my thing.
Yes.
And over here, it's like if it works, great. If it doesn't, well, that's
That's like a major.
thanks for letting me consult for you. Like,
I think that's a major ADHD thing
Yeah.
for me. Is like, for my if it's something that's like truly invested for me.
Yeah.
Like I can manage and project manage. I've got the skill sets to do it.
right,
And I am motivated for myself to do it.
right,
But you put me in a role working for a company that isn't, my heart's not in it, it will suck the life out of me, and I will
goodness,
feel
yes.
like I'm choking and
Oh,
dying.
yes. That's why I work
And it's
for
like,
myself,
I
and
can't do this, right?
I don't
So,
make
like-
a lot of money working for myself, but I get by. But I'm a happy man.
Right, and so
I work
like,
for somebody else and I make crazy good money, and I was like, this freaking sucks. Life sucks. This is stupid. What am I doing?
right, but that's not where you're supposed to be.
Because it's not who I'm not. It's not what I'm
And that's
supposed
not
to
who
be.
you
Yeah,
are. And so
yeah.
like,
I'm a boss.
let us accelerate
Yeah.
in the thing we're blessed to do, and let us partner
Right.
and grow something bigger than ourselves
Yeah.
with the other people
Yeah.
who excel in their own verticals.
Right.
Right? And so like that's kind of like what all business is. And so right now in our culture, maybe for a while, like just the idea of capitalism is like, yeah. The idea is like, let's scale, let's get a lot of
Right,
product.
right.
And it's so proven.
Right.
You can Shopify anything, you can do this.
Right.
But on the low end, with the boutique scale, a lot of people succeed in the different markets, but the art world seems to be just so, there's something not there.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is, whatever, that might be a different discussion, but for this particular thing, it keeps showing up. I know that it's valuable
Right.
as an idea.
Yeah.
I know that that idea is repeatable
Right.
because it's essentially done already here and everywhere else
Yeah.
with co-working spaces.
Right. Exactly.
So
This
it's
is what
like,
it is.
oh,
That's
we-
basically what we want to. Yeah.
It's essentially a co-working space.
Yeah. And they definitely have artist co-working spaces.
Right. So they're already being
Not
done.
here in Tacoma, I don't think, because I feel like I would have known about it, but maybe I wouldn't, because this is kind of things that often can be kept quiet and private too.
That's right.
And so, but I'm not as into the Tacoma scene as I used to be.
Sure.
There's a season I was
Same.
like really in, like, you know, drinking wine with the mayor. Like, I was in. Not quite there anymore.
Sure.
But I feel like I still would have heard about something through the grapevine, if you
Yes.
will, right? But I definitely know of, you know, I know they are out there.
They are out there.
And so, yes, it's being done. So, yes, we could do it.
It can be done. It's not that
like-
it can't be done.
Yeah.
But I think maybe the reason it keeps popping up is because of our environment and the proximity to the other artists in the same environment.
Right.
I don't think it really does exist. And this is particular to Tacoma.
Yes, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I feel like, and this is a Tacoma specific conversation, this is super
right,
niche.
right.
But the other artists I've talked to in this area that have talked about this exact thing,
Right.
they all describe the same way you just did
Yeah.
for everybody here, the
Yeah.
exact same thing.
Right.
Because we have, again, all these co-working spaces.
My goodness, they're taking over everything.
And they're everywhere. So come in, sit on your laptop,
Yeah.
have coffee.
You don't have to be in the coffee shop.
You know,
folks.
work remote. You know, if you want to, rent out the boardroom.
Right.
Do a podcast, whatever. But it seems to me,
Which I want to include in the space. That's why I want to have the front and back space.
yes.
Yeah.
But the missing factor is the artists.
Right.
It's the major creatives.
Right.
All the business people are there, working remote on their
Right.
laptops, doing the thing already.
Right.
But like, where's the home for the artists, the creatives? So like,
We're not quite organized like that.
that's right. So like,
Unfortunately. But that's what it takes. It finally takes sitting down, having the conversation, and saying, okay, now let's how do we make this actually happen? You go and you start talking to people about it.
exactly.
Like, where do I gotta go? I don't know. Like, you know, when I used to, like I said, I drink wine with the mayor because I was going to the places that the mayor would be.
Okay.
And I happened to know, you know, the owner of said establishment. So then they were like, hey, or they were sitting next to me, whatever it was, like it's
Sure.
Tacoma, right? And we just start talking. I'm like, and it's like, you don't even realize you're talking with somebody else and you look up, really look at them and you're like, oh, this is the mayor of the city. Wow,
You're just, how you doing?
That's interesting. Okay. Or whoever it is, you know. I don't know. I feel like that side of Tacoma is finally coming back. I feel like COVID really jacked all that. And it's everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But Tacoma used to be such a community place. Like, it's just a meshing of people. And it didn't matter what you were into, whether you're an artist, a skateboarder, a brain, a chef, name it, you know, a groundskeeper, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? It didn't matter. We came to, you know, the place that we came to, whether a restaurant, bar, whatever, coffee shop, and people talked to each other.
Yeah.
And people got to know each other, and then they became friends. And then you'd walk into an establishment, and I'd walk in somewhere, and almost everywhere I would go, and people were like, Dan!
Oh, you know somebody?
Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have to, like, hey, you want to get together?
Sure.
Oh, yo, you're busy. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to respond. I'm trying to go do something.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, I'm just going to go somewhere.
Sure.
I know I'm going to know probably 8 people at least.
Yeah.
And I've also, like, really went out of my way to be like, I am called to build community.
Yeah.
It's what I do.
Sure.
It's one of the reasons I want a community space.
Yeah.
And so by being the person who just loves everybody, everyone's going to hopefully love you. You know, still had some haters, unfortunately. Is
Well,
what
that's
it is.
it's just life, yeah.
But it's just life. Even you still love them. But to the point where I would walk in just about anywhere I would go, and people like, Dan!
Yeah. Start talking.
Just start, you know, literally say my name. It's like cheers, like Norm, like
Yeah.
A huge line out the door of like my favorites, the top of Tacoma.
Yeah.
You know, Taco Thursday. I say Tuesday. Taco Thursday. Line out the door. It's summer.
Yeah,
Everybody's
sure.
every there. It's like the hottest spot in town. I'm not even in the door. I'm just standing outside on the patio still. And one of the kitchen guys sees me and he's like, "You want pork belly or steak tonight?"
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'll take one of each. And you get 2 tacos, whatever. And they're like, do you want 1 or 2 margaritas? And I'd be like, give me 2. You know,
Yeah.
this line's crazy.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, cool. Yeah, just sit down and like, so I didn't even have to go inside.
Sure.
You know, because I knew everybody. Like that's how Tacoma, I feel like, used to be. Where just like people supported each other. And I've had this conversation with different owners of restaurants and bars, coffee shops, recently again here in this year. And they're like, we want that back.
Ooh, this is touching on something really good because
we want the community aesthetic of Tacoma back. Like I mean, yeah, you can blame COVID and you can blame all the outside people from all over the country moving here because we were literally the number one destination to move in the U.S.
Yes, we are.
Before COVID.
Yes, we are.
But at the same time, we still controlled it before COVID. So then what happened during COVID that there was like this weird shift?
Yeah, that's really good, dude. That's really good because you touched on it, man. Like, it's easy to blame the pandemic.
Right.
It is really easy to blame the outsiders. I don't know if you even want to start calling them something, but like, I think Tacoma.
But I mean, seriously, yeah.
I think Tacoma as a whole, as a hub of a city, a culture.
Yeah.
It really has began to take on a shaking, a fracturing of an identity. Mm-hmm. Because the people that have been here through the long period of time really know the identity of Tacoma.
Right.
But there is all of a sudden a post-identity.
Yes.
And we don't know what it is. And we're
because
trying...
it's not our identity. It's this, and it doesn't have an identity. That's the
Is
problem.
that what it is?
Because I feel like that's what happened to Seattle. Seattle, you know, I didn't live here. You probably know more, but I feel like, at least from what I've heard from talking to, you know, people who grew up in Seattle and stuff, they're like, you know, we used to be such a cultural hub of music and art and coffee. And then all of a sudden, like, now look at it. It's just like a big mass expanse of everything and anything and whatever. And there's no set, like, community, direction, and feel anymore. It's been stolen.
Something
and it's like,
fractured
I feel like that's what Tacoma is fighting right now. We're fighting we want to stay... We're okay with the growth. Growth's not a bad thing.
No.
But the problem is don't steal our identity. Don't take away what we've worked so hard to build and maintain.
I wonder if it's just felt more because it's so micro in comparison.
I think so.
Because it's smaller than Seattle, for sure.
Of course.
So like anywhere there's a lot of...
Right.
You know, and so, I mean, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
I think other places have gone through this.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
but I mean, like, it's felt with us.
Yeah.
But there is a massive underbelly of people that need, especially creatives, because we're talking about our particular lane with creatives that are like in need of that thing.
Yeah.
And it's just not there. Like, it's funny because we have the School of Arts.
Yeah.
Like, we have so many...
Which I can't imagine what that's like. If we're talking about the way the art scene is and how there's just like a separation, and this is a school where like students, like if I would have had something like that when I was a kid, dear God.
Dude, yeah.
Like, holy cow, all the opportunities, all the resources to do, you know, I feel like I want to learn how to do this. Oh yeah, here you go, here's this class.
Yeah, but we have such a phenomenal...
It's amazing, but I wonder what it's like actually like inside, in the sense of like, is there a community actually?
Sure.
Or is it just kind of, you know, he's doing this, she's doing this is happening over here, they're doing this, it's, you know.
Well, again, that's why I say it has to be siloed. It's like, it's this individual thing where it's like, yeah, I'm doing something like you're doing, but bro, just run your own race and hopefully you make it.
Right.
And I'm just going to keep running my own race and hopefully I make it.
Yeah.
Like we have Tacoma, the city of Tacoma Arts and Vitality Department and this whole like 1% program. There's massive funding for murals and art programs.
Yeah.
Tacoma Art Museum, Spaceworks. There's like...
Which I feel like, I bet if we went to Space, we'd say, hey, this is what we're looking to do. Do you have a space? Or can you help us get
We
the
would
space?
probably be the last on a list of all sorts of people who've wanted to do it already. and who
Right.
might have already pitched it already.
True, or maybe
This
not.
is not like this is not a
No.
concept where we're
No,
like
I know, but
we discovered aliens for the first time. Like we
well, that's another. If you want to talk about that, we'll have to do.
yeah, but I
we'll
mean,
do
like,
another
dude,
talk. Yeah,
seriously, this thing
shit,
that
let me tell you what
you and I
happened
just
this one
talked
time.
about, I've
No, I
talked a
know.
million times
Right.
with other people
Right.
from a wide breadth
yeah.
of like different backgrounds, different art
Right.
genres,
Right.
and they all say the same thing.
Yeah.
And so that's the astonishing thing to me is like,
Yeah.
all of you different people are participating in all these different
Yeah.
things, but you all keep talking about wanting the same thing.
Yep.
And it's like,
But it's not happening.
but it's not happening.
But it's not happening.
So who's
Yeah.
gonna make it happen? like who's gonna
gonna
make
do
it
it.
happen?
We're
Like
gonna do it.
who supports it happening? You know, and so like that's where
Right.
the idea of patronage came along, and like
Yeah.
you know, you have these. I put down motivators of like the kind of people like we talked about historically. There's
Yep.
institutions. There's
Right.
education. There's individuals. There's the modern online thing that supports creatives. Like there's only a handful of motivators.
Yeah.
One is legacy, which is people that want to leave something behind
Right.
for
Yep.
others.
Right.
It's completely selfless.
Yeah.
There's belonging, which is probably what we're into. Like we want to be part of something and others to be a part of something with us.
Yes.
That's a meaningful thing.
Yes.
Right? There's influence, which is like people are like, you know, you go to like a cultural center and like, yeah, I got my name up on the brick right there. Like there's a brick of all these names. I donated. Whatever. There's my name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or like,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
this is the Haviland Center for
Yeah.
like kids. Yeah, I put my name up there.
What is this? A center for ants?
Because I just put the most money into it. That's why I got my name up there, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's my influence. Like,
Right.
I helped shape this
Right.
thing. Like,
Right.
And then there's like the return, which is
Yep.
more of the investor.
Yes.
Like, hey man, I'm putting in some funds here.
Yep.
Like, I'm gonna purchase the real estate.
Right.
I'm gonna get equity on this real estate.
Right, exactly.
But like, dude, I'm gonna like maybe offset, you know, the mortgage for this
Right.
by X percentage, and I'm going to get, you know,
Yeah.
my other investor friend on this,
Yep,
and he's going to
yep.
help offset that. We're going to get
Yep.
a nonprofit, and they're going to offset, right?
Right,
But like
right, right.
my deal
Yep.
is I want a return
Yep.
on just me owning the real estate.
Right.
Like, so there's all sorts of people like that, investors, right? And then there's like the service-oriented people, which are again just like, I'm just here to like give of my skill set,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Like,
Right.
I just want to be of service to something. And that's just volunteer work,
Yeah.
right? Like all
Yeah.
of us have a service that we provide,
Yeah.
whether it's in the local church or
I was saying
some.
everything you
Those are the
talked
main-
about sounds like the church actually.
Those, yeah, exactly. But those are the main motivators.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
haven't discovered any other motivators
Yeah.
outside of those really
Yeah.
that like would drive people to create anything,
Yeah.
let alone the thing we're talking about.
Right.
So for anybody that's watching, anybody that's listening, anybody that we're going to talk to in person,
Right.
they're all going to they're going to fall into one or more of those categories. And
Yeah.
we just have to bring enough people into the boat
Right.
to have all five and maybe multiples of five
Right.
to really drive it
Right.
home,
Yes.
to like make it enough energy to create the thing.
Yeah.
So like the idea that you end up with is like, in the end, what exactly are you building?
Right.
What is it we're building? It's not
Right.
a brick and mortar. Everybody talks about like a brick and mortar because we want to go somewhere.
Right.
We want to congregate.
Yes.
Right? That's what the like.
I mean, that's the first
the
thing I
chur-
did. I
the
looked
church
up-
is the body of Christ, but
yeah.
we got buildings we hang out
we
in.
got buildings that we hang
and that's
out in.
where we play music
Yeah.
and worship God.
Yeah.
And oh, we have coffee shops because
Yeah.
I got to do a little bit of like work today, but
Yeah.
like I'm gonna have a coffee and I might catch
Like
eyes with
conversation,
somebody,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden I have a conversation and forget
Yeah.
the laptop. I'm not working anymore.
Right. Which is how
It goes
used to be
it goes
then.
beyond the brick and mortar.
Right.
So like, what is it above the brick and mortar that we're creating?
I mean, we already touched on it. We've said it a bunch, and it's a space for community.
It's community.
It's community.
And
the
culture.
whole point of it is community culture.
Community and culture.
It's going even like my ethos for my brand, and I haven't really done a lot with it recently, but is bringing the culture. It was bringing the culture of skateboarding together in community. I've kind of just dropped the skateboarding part now, because even though we still have a skate team, we still are all about skateboarding, of course. is bringing the culture together in community. Because to me, that's like the whole point of life's existence.
Yeah.
Is community.
Yeah.
The culture is everybody.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what culture you're part of. Like, let's all be in community together.
And that's super simple for faith people like us. 'Cause
Right.
It's like, oh, we're gonna fellowship with each other.
Right,
We're gonna,
right.
We're gonna, like that's like
right.
That's so
that's why
present.
I use the word culture instead of something else. I'm trying to
Yeah.
when I this came to me when I wrote it out, and I've used it. I branded it a bunch. Culture and community. It's like been embroidered on our hats and things. And
but the
whole point was, I mean, it was there. Obviously, it's biblically, it's God based. But the whole point is that everybody
Yeah.
as a whole is just coming together in community.
Do you wonder? I've wondered this because when we talk art,
Yeah,
when you say art, it almost doesn't mean anything anymore.
that's true too.
Because when I think of other communities I've been a part of,
Right.
you brought up skating,
Yep.
the church.
Yes.
There's another one I've been a part of. I accidentally helped start it, Run Club.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So it's like skating was
Right,
like
right.
the earliest thing we learned.
Yeah.
Like you could be a dork,
Oh, for sure.
dude,
Doesn't matter who you
you
are.
could be a jock,
Yes.
and you could be like
Yeah.
this person,
Yep,
that person.
yep.
You could, you could
Yeah.
be, you could look like the purple guy from McDonald's, the Hamburglar or whatever. Like it didn't matter.
Is that Horace? No.
Horace?
Anyway,
Yeah,
I
Horace,
think
I
it's
think.
Horace or something. Yeah.
But no matter what, it didn't
something,
matter
yeah.
how, like, at the end of the day, none of you would talk to each other.
No, not outside of you have a
Ever.
skateboard.
But when you showed up to the skate park,
Yeah.
the equalizer is that you had a skateboard.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, everything disappeared.
It's exactly it.
And so, like, the same thing applies with Run Club. Is
Yeah.
like, bro,
Yeah.
we come from so many different areas. There's real estate people. There's
Right.
there's artists. There's just literally community culture
Right.
people. But at the end of the day, running still sucks for every human. Like,
Can't stand
it sucks.
That's why I don't
It's,
do it. I should
you know,
do it.
like
I
even
should do it.
even if you run a lot,
Yeah.
you still gotta run, and
Yeah.
like
I'll
you're
do short
sweating,
sprints.
and then like whatever.
Yeah.
But at the end, it's the equalizer,
Right. 100%.
and so like
Yeah.
the church, faith
Mm-hmm.
in God, we have one Father.
Yes.
We have one mediator in Christ. Like
Yeah.
we're all aligned on
Yeah.
one thing.
Right.
When you say art, what is it?
What is art?
Do you take photography? Like, what do you mean? Like,
Right.
what do you paint?
Yeah, exactly,
Do you do
yeah.
sculptures,
Yeah,
bro?
what do you do?
Like, do you take photos?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what do you? So,
Yeah,
what
exactly.
what is the unifying driver?
sketching,
And I
you
feel like
printmaker, like-
I feel like maybe that is the challenge behind this.
Yeah.
Maybe the challenge is that art is so general and broad now. Because
Right.
really, when you talk art and you look at the art world and stuff, like, dude, I could go to Goodwill right now and buy and go swipe a rack of kids' toys and then like walk over here in my studio and lay down a white canvas
Yeah,
and just
yeah.
pile them all on top of each other
Right.
and like take a photo. And
Yes.
it's like, oh, what a unique composition.
Wow.
That's
oh, you
art.
Just glue those all together
Right.
in a gallery.
But like,
Duct tape a banana
but,
to
like-
one.
but like
Anyways.
exactly. So what are you doing? Like, are
So
you?
sad.
I don't get it. Like,
Yeah.
is it a painting?
Right,
I
right.
don't get it. Is it a sculpture?
Yeah.
Are you taking photography
Mm-hmm,
of these things? Like, what are you doing? And so, like art has become so generalized and broad.
Right,
How do
100%.
you bring the creatives into a unified channel?
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, I think maybe one of the solutions somehow would be to identify the unifier.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the beginning
Right. Right.
of everything that would get people on board. It has to be a unifier
It has to be. Yeah.
that is equally
Mm-hmm.
drawing artists of different practices
Yeah. Yeah.
from all over.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just like the jock and the dorky kid who would never
Right.
talk,
Right.
the skateboard is the unifier,
Yep.
and now they're homies.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, my friend Tom, dude, like,
Right.
and the jock's like, yeah, bro, let's bring Tom. And then Tom shows up and he's a 120-pound
Right.
dorky kid with glasses
Yeah,
and he's all
yeah.
nerdy and they're like, who's this dweeb?
Yeah,
you know,
like, what's he for? Well,
yeah, well,
why are
he
you
can
friends with him?
he can he can 360 flip a set of 10 stairs,
Yeah,
dude. Is
yeah,
dope.
yeah.
And they're like, bro, you're not welcome here anymore.
Like,
Kick out you and the doorkeeper.
That is the skateboarding story, but, I mean,
Right, but like,
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be
which was the I mean for art, right? The generalization of art. I would say that was the factor too. It's like it didn't matter who you were, what you do outside of your art,
yeah.
but we all come together as artists.
Yes.
That's what skateboarding is its own culture. The arts. And it used to be, I would say, like, we used to, like, an artist was an artist. Like, oh, you're an artist? Oh, what do you do? Oh, I draw. Oh, what do you do? I paint.
Whatever
oh, cool.
medium.
Like, doesn't matter. Whatever your medium was. And I feel like, yeah, because of this silo culture, as you call it, or systems, I don't know what the term, but it's like, I'm a painter. I paint.
Yeah.
Oh, you use oil paints? Oh, well, I use acrylics.
Sure.
Like, there's become such a separation in everything. Everything's just got picked and pulled apart to be something. And it's like, well, why? It's all the same thing.
Sure. Yeah, that's a very
So
identity
why don't
situation.
we just try to all do it together again?
Yeah, I think this is...
The best artists had a group of artists with them. Always.
Yeah, always.
They had students, they had apprentices, and then they usually had, who they learned from.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite documentaries I've been watching, I watched a couple times, but it's Summer on the Riviera, and it's Man Ray and Pablo Picasso.
Yeah.
And they just had this small little collective of
Right.
like artists that got together in the summer of 1937.
Right.
And Man Ray brought a film,
Yeah.
like the old real film, 8mm, and he filmed it, and they got nerdy,
Right.
and they were artists, and you just get this sense of like
Now I have to watch this.
brain meld.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little, it's just weird because that's art, but like, but you just get this leisurely summer life on the French Riviera.
Can I go now?
And that, yeah, I watch it and I'm like, I want that.
That's my dream.
I want that.
Yeah.
But like, how
Maybe Italian,
can I recreate that?
Right, exactly.
And so like,
So if I
but
do
again,
my
before
clothes.
we wrap this up, I don't want to lose any
yeah.
recording here.
Yeah.
I might have shut off. I don't know. But the point is, this has to be the focus for anybody who wants to materialize the thing we've talked about.
Yeah.
We have to find the unifier.
Right.
I haven't identified it.
Right.
I don't know if you have yet, or any of these other people.
Right.
And this isn't the first conversation. I'm gonna invite some of these artist friends that
Yeah.
talked.
Yeah.
They're gonna start getting invites.
Yes.
And I'm gonna bring them here and be like, sit down. We need to talk about this.
Talk through it.
And just keep fleshing it out because
Right.
there's something there. There's a need.
Yeah.
I can sense the need. You
Right.
can sense the need.
Yep.
We all sense the need.
Yep.
So that means it has inherent value.
100%.
If it has inherent value,
Right.
that means there's a justification for investment and
Yes.
patronage.
Yes.
And there will also be a flourishing
Yeah.
and a result. So
Right.
there's going to be a return on the investment.
Right.
The only thing that's holding it back, in my mind, is the unifier.
Right.
And this is vision. This is just
Yeah.
where we get vision
right,
from.
right.
We have to connect with more visionaries and
Yeah.
more people who
Right.
can put the stamp on it and say,
Yeah.
this is the unifier. This is where everybody can gravitate to. This is the North Star that we can all run towards.
Yes.
The running, the skateboarding,
Right.
Jesus Christ our Lord, like whatever, like whatever the
Yeah.
whatever the North Star is,
Yeah.
we have yet to identify it. I think that's where we got to go next.
Right. I think my North Star, and I've said it, and I'll say it, and I'll say it, and I'll say it tomorrow, is just community.
It's got to be.
The whole point to me of doing anything like this is community.
Yeah.
I've always wanted, when I was a kid, I wanted a skate shop. Community. Where'd I go and just hang out when I was a kid? The skate shop. We didn't have coffee shops. Those didn't exist yet. Skate shop was like, or even before that was the bike shop. I was like, my entire childhood, I was like, did BMX. And we built, my brother and I built a BMX track in our backyard. We just took pallets and then a bunch of dirt and just built their own tabletops and berms and just had the whole thing. So our friends would be like, whoa, can we come over and like BMX too? I'm like, of course you can. Like, yes, that's the whole point. And then when we got into skateboarding, we took and In Illinois, we're like, Dad, we're taking over the barn, the garage. Because we lived in like an old farmhouse. And then there was a bunch of outbuildings and stuff. And we're like, we're going to take this one and turn it into a skate park. And we built like a 12-foot bank. And we built like 2 quarter pipes. And we had a fun box in the middle. We had rails and we had kickers. And we bought, anything you could find to skate. We had a huge old metal desk. It's just like massive but sturdy as possibly could be. And like, skating on that. Like everything and anything to skate on. But because of it, all our skate friends were coming over to our place, and we're hanging out and skating all evening, and then we're going out to the back and having a bonfire and just hanging out. And that's more than anything, it kept kids out of trouble.
Yes.
Because we're out here at our place, we're drinking Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
And we're skating, we're watching skate videos, we're having fires, we're grilling, whatever it is.
But that's the closing. I think that's the closing wisdom in this all, and
Yeah.
I think you just touched on it.
Yeah.
If you build it, they will come.
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams.
That's Iowa. That's Iowa.
I like it.
Been there. It's pretty cool.
Dude, I appreciate you. I think this was
Thanks,
good.
man. Yeah, I love it. It's great.
I think there's more to come.
Definitely.
So we'll dive into more soon.
Yeah.